Within television and movies, there's been many iconic characters, but sometimes these iconic characters are displayed and acted by totally different actors. Most times, these characters that they are replacing are superhero characters, with Batman and Spider Man. However, there is one live action character who is played by a multitude of actors. And no, I am not talking about Aunt Viv. Since the first James Bond film called Dr. No, released in 1962, there has been a total of 6 actors to portray as him. Under Eon Productions, every actor to play as him has had multiple films, besides one man.
This never happened to the other fella.
George Lazenby wasn't a seasoned actor compared to his predecessor, Sean Connery, as his only experiences as an actor were being in commercials. But due to meeting with Bond's series producer at a hair salon in 1966, he was able to get one foot into the door into becoming.
My name's Bond. James Bond.
The movie starts out with James Bond saving a woman who tries to drown herself. Then they go into a fight while he fights a couple guys who tried to kill him after he saved her. While that happens, she steals his car to drive up the hill to drive away in her own car. Then they accidentally meet up at a poker scene where she tries to get herself killed by not having enough money. Later on, he ends up meeting a bunch of ladies who is being programmed. How are they being programmed? Through a bunch of science stuff. Then he gets chased down by Blofield's people after he escapes. Tracy, the lady from earlier, saves him, but then she gets captured due to the snow. After that, James Bond and her father teams up together to save her. And while that happens, James Bond ends up chasing the bad guy. The bad guy was in a bobsled, and then due to that, well, both of them were in a bobsled chase. James Bond catches him because Buddy tried to throw a grenade, but the grenade fell out of his mouth like a dummy. But because of that, they end up getting married until she finally gets killed.
Of course, I know what he's allergic to.
George as James Bond was good, but not stellar like his contemporaries Daniel Craig and Pierce Brosnan. The presence and charm of the role was performed with grace, but some fight scenes were rough around the edges, which could be attributed to the choreography more so than him. He later informed Eon Productions he wouldn't be returning to the role, as it decided to be too demanding for him. Although this film revolves around James Bond, Tracy was some of the best parts as she grew from a broken woman who was trying to get herself killed to a woman in love and strong to help Bond during his mission. I'll give this film a 5.5 out of 10. It was entertaining, but some points it dragged on. Tracy's scenes were well executed and were a big component to my overall enjoyment of the film. Blofeld as a villain was okay, but the real star of this movie was Tracy. Overall as a film, the story was a simple but effective tale. But the importance of the film isn't about the actual film. It's about the fact that if you want to try something, you should. It's better to try and fail than to not try at all and regret it for the rest of your life. Eon Productions could have stopped making Bond films after the departure of Sean Connery, but now James Bond lives on as one of the most iconic movie characters.
Take a look.
thank you very much for watching, and thank you for your patience. I apologize for making this random video take so long. I also want to thank David Arsato, greatest YouTuber of all time, as he appeared as the guy in, Banana Joe's computer. I want to thank him very much for allowing me to use that clip. But yeah, if you guys want to see more videos like this, just let me know. I maybe make more. It just depends on you guys, At the end of the day, thank you very much for watching, and have a good night. Peace.